Hello, BookTube. It's Tag Tuesday, and I was tagged in an original tag, so I thought I'd do that today. I was tagged by Adrian at Strip Cover Lit. He's doing Dirty 30 all through the month of April to celebrate the fact that his channel has reached and surpassed 3,000 subscribers. And he created a tag, the Middling BookTuber Tag, that I hope goes viral. It's a tag for people who aren't beginners anymore, but who have yet to achieve stratospheric numbers of subscribers. A tag for those of us in the range that he's talking about. I think he mentioned between 1,000 and 10,000 subscribers. And I really like the question, so I thought I'd get right to it. Number one is, what advice would you give to a booktuber with under 100 subscribers? And there's a lot of advice I could give. I love giving advice, but the number one thing would be, when you're just starting out, to pay attention to the basics. Pay attention to basic presentation, in other words. So, as hypocritical as it might be for me, but I'm the ripe old age of 28, so I'm excusing myself from some of this. But if you might want to run a comb through your hair, you might want to make sure your camera is in focus. You might want to make sure that you're not filming in front of a pile of literal garbage. so you pay attention to the whole picture. Don't ever leave the camera frame while you're filming. And if you have to leave the camera frame while you're filming, stop filming and start the whole thing over again. Don't slurp drinks. Trust me, even though it's the 21st century, you do not need to maniacally hydrate at every single minute of your life. Don't eat food. Don't do any bodily functions while you're actually entertaining on camera. Don't do anything like that. Get a feel for where you want to be filmed and what it wants to look like. That sort of thing. The basics. You do that under 100 subscribers, you'll never have to think about it again. Because I'm not trying to elevate it into being more important than it is. But even so, the time to make good habits is right at the beginning. So, question number 3 is, what question would you ask, question number 2, what advice would you give to people with around 1,000 subscribers? And for people around the 1,000 subscriber mark, my advice would somewhat be the same. Once you have around 1,000 subscribers, you've done this, for 100 videos, 50 videos, something like that, you get more and more comfortable with the process, and that might tempt you to slurp drinks on camera, to bend over, sit back up with a gigantic BLT and take a huge honking bite out of it, and talk around chewing food, because it's just the usual gig. It's the Henny Youngman show. I'm here 5 days a week, twice on Sunday. So part of my advice would be the same. Don't disrespect your viewers by doing private stuff on camera. But when you, in addition to that, at the around 1,000 subscriber mark, Adrian mentioned in his answer to this question that by that point you have developed a community, and it's important to pay attention to that community. So when you have fewer than 100 subscribers, it's friends of yours and it's all still wild and new. By the time you have 1,000 subscribers, you have people who are deliberately tuning in to what you have to say. So, be there in the comments, get feedback and act on it. That sort of, or in my case, mail out packages, piles and piles of packages. Question number 3, what question would you like to ask a big booktuber? And by this, I think Adrian meant over 10,000 subscribers. In my mind, I think over 30,000 subscribers, something like that. And for a big booktuber like that, my number one question would be, do you ever miss reading? Question number 4, who's one big booktuber who deserves even more subscribers than they already have? And okay, I was going to preface this answer by saying no disrespect to anybody, but of course disrespect is intended. I actually have no answers to this question. All of the bigger booktubers that I've watched, and I think I've watched them all, everybody with over 20,000 subscribers, I don't wish that they had even one more subscriber. After that point, I have watched a bunch of booktubers who've reached that point, and I don't see anything even remotely approaching real anymore. Instead, it's all Studio City soundstage, and I've got the honking horn, and I've got the tambourine for a sound effect, and you know, Maury's right there in the sound booth, and I've been doing this. I could do this in my sleep. I do this hungover. I do this drunk. There's nobody there. There's nobody there at all. Not only do I not think you're there as a viewer, you're just scum. I know of 2 of these bigger booktubers who have referred, non-jokingly, to their subscribers and viewers as scum, as an imposition on their time. Not only is that true, but you aren't there either. It's not just that you're comfortable in what you're doing. It's not just that you're occasionally on autopilot. It's that you are entirely on autopilot. You don't show up for your own videos. And I see that with all of them. I don't know of an exception. So it's always, hey guys, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. What are we doing? What are we doing today? We're doing this today. That's what I think. And that's it. You don't have any purchase on it. They're obviously not going to answer any comments at all, except maybe from a couple of their friends. And they're not going to take any advice from you. They don't care what you have to say one way or another. And so there's with the bigger booktubers that I have seen, the fundamental connection, this thing right here, the thing that I love so much, the thing that I think is the heart and soul of this platform, the connection between the people on this side of the camera and the people on that side of the camera has been completely and permanently severed. So when it comes to bigger booktubers, 20,000 subscribers and over, I don't wish that even one of them had an extra subscriber. I don't know why anyone would subscribe to them. It is an entirely soulless experience. Let's see here. Question number 5. What's the end game of your channel? What would equal success? And I thought Adrian's answer was fascinating, that he wants it to be his job. He works a full-time job as far as I know, and still makes time, a lot of you do, to come and do a passionate, involved, intelligent channel. And he would like it to be all that he does. I thought that was fascinating. I don't share that myself, what with my Patreon money just rolling in. I don't understand my subscribers. I put a Patreon up and they ignore it in droves. But they're perfectly willing to call in generous gift certificates to the Brattle Bookshop here in Boston at the drop of a hat. I don't understand you people at all. But one way or another, an end goal for me, there isn't one. And I'm not, my rabble-rousing answer to the previous question doesn't exempt me. I actually wonder, if I got 25,000 subscribers, if I woke up tomorrow and I had that many, would I become the kind of wind-up toy, automaton that I see on those channels? I'd like to think not, but I worry that it might happen. I know some of those channels weren't like that when they started. So the end goal isn't even more subscribers. I don't think when it comes to an end goal or a success seems to imply something different. And I don't really want anything different for this channel than I already have. Question number 6. What's something you wish you did better? Well, there is something that I wish I did better, but it's also something I wish that YouTube did better. I wish that I did the technical stuff better. I wish that I could manage the audio, brighten the video, put pictures, put descriptions, clever subtitles down below. I wish I could put pictures in the comments field, but there are apps and programs that I could use to get me to do that, and they are mind-bogglingly complicated, and they lead routinely to disaster in which everything is lost. And naturally, I don't even want to risk that, and I certainly don't want BookTube to irritate me. If making videos irritated me, I would stop doing it. I know I would. Because unlike a lot of the rest of you who come here because you don't have book interactions elsewhere in your life, that's not true for me. So I don't need that here. So I would love to be able to do all those things, but what I really like is if BookTube would make that easy. BookTube could easily make that easy. YouTube could easily make it easy for me to do that, and they don't. As far as I know, they don't. I have explored all around the creator studio part of your YouTube channel. I've explored all around the stuff that I can and cannot do using just the native functions of YouTube, and it's virtually nothing. So, you need to go elsewhere for that, and I shouldn't need to. I shouldn't need to do that, considering especially the fact that the millions and millions and millions of hours of footage that is uploaded to YouTube every single month is earning YouTube money. The least they could do, the very least they could do, is filter some of that back into their native programming, their native programs, so that you can make a video that it looks a little bit more than this bare bones stuff I've been doing for 2 years. So I wish I did that better, but I wish YouTube did it better too. YouTube could take a small step in the direction of the people who are earning it massive amounts of uncompensated money. That's a rant for another time. Question number 7. What part of your channel makes you proud? Well, obviously it's not the videos, and it's not the audio, and it's not the variety, because I like my grooves. Really, the thing that makes me proud is you. It's this dialogue that we have established. I never thought it would be possible to get used to your humor, to get you used to mine, to get so that we are talking, of course, with the exception of my 2 trolls, but aside from them, all the people who are Compos Mentis, the dialogues that we have here include disagreements. They include lots of joshing. They include lots of discovery on both sides, where somebody will ask a question, and on any other channel that I watch, I would read that question and I think that person is attacking the creator of the video. That question is meant to be pointed. Instead, it's just one of you saying, hey, have you ever heard of this? Or, hey, I think you're wrong about that. And it's wonderful. It leads to great conversations in the comments field and in email. So that's what I'm most proud of. This it's a hackneyed answer, but still, this community that we have created. Question number 8. If you started a second channel, what would it be? Questions like this always give me the willies, because the assumption here, I think, is that the second channel would not also be about books. That it would be about some other part of your life. And as you have seen on this channel in the last 2 years, whenever I am asked to come up with another part of my life, a part of my life that doesn't have anything to do with books, I tend to enter into one of Adrian's long, awkward silences. Because there really isn't much to my life other than books. So maybe, I don't even know off the top of my head. I don't even know. Bigfoot? But even that would revolve around books. I don't think I would ever make a second channel. I mean, I briefly thought, what if you were to make read-alongs? Just do continuous read-alongs and do that on a separate channel. But what would be the point? That's book-oriented. Why wouldn't I do it here? So I don't think I have an answer. And then the last part is to tag people. Number 9 is to tag people. And I tag Olive at a book Olive. I tag Jennifer, insert literary pun here. I tag Britta. And I tag the girls at the restriction section. This is the Middling Book Tab. This is made for all of us who are in kind of the same school class. So I want to hear all your answers. And I'll wrap up for now. Extra thanks to Adrian for tagging me. That was wonderful fun. And I'll see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.